Hello, I'm Boo and welcome to episode 3 of my Black and Yellow series with Denton Villa. Welcome to my new office. Thanks for joining me again. Hopefully you've watched episode 1 and 2. If you haven't, go watch them. Thanks very much. If you've liked them and you like the series and you've commented, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to get stuck into this series. Now, if you haven't seen episode 1, you won't know. You've got a chance to win one of 3 Denton Villa kits. Yep, I'm giving away 3 home shirts, yellow shirts, a medium, a large, and an extra large. Check out episode 1 so you can find out how to enter. Also, at some point, hidden away somewhere, I will be giving you a chance to win a copy of Football Manager 2019 just before Christmas, eh? It's the series. It's just the series that keeps on giving. I'm the creator that just keeps on giving, and I've got something else. Yeah, I might as well tell you now. I was going to save it, but I'm going to tell you now. You know that youth intakes are super important for this series because I can't actually sign any players. I can only get freebies, under 21s, and I've signed some. We're going to look at them today. But every year, whenever youth intake, I'm going to have a little competition, and the winner of that competition can select one of them players for free to be you. We're going to name them after you. I think that's pretty cool. Right, big episode today. I've signed some players, we're going to have a look at them. We're going to have a look how the pre-season went. And then we're going to play our first live comp against South Shields FC. Biggest game in the country at this minute. It is. Right, let's get into it. Right, let's start off with the transfers. Now, I have brought in 6 players. The player at the top, though, I don't get this. I thought I signed him on a free, but he's signed on a free, and then he's signed on the same day from a club called Russia. No idea. I don't know what happened with that. Don't get it. But yeah, I've signed a couple of players. I think I've plugged the gaps. I'm pretty happy with my squad. So let's see who I've brought in. Right, this is the first player, and his name is Tendai Matindezi. He's a real lad. He's 21. He's from Zimbabwe. Probably said his name wrong. And he's a central midfielder. And I think he's decent. When you think of what level we're at, he's got passing of 14, bit of techers, first touch and dribbling. I think this kid's going to be a boss in the middle of the park, and he's, as you can see anyway, if you look very closely, he's played a couple of games for us pre-season, so very happy. The next player I've brought in has also got a freaking awesome name, Gideon Adu Pepra. Yeah, 19-year-old Ghanaian, sorry. He's a left back, and I wanted a better left back, and I think I've got one. I think he's got great physicals, great tackling. I'm super surprised about some of the 3 players that are willing to come to this level. I'm happy. I'm super happy. He's played 5 games, so I think he's played every single game of pre-season and was awesome. Next up, I signed a goalkeeper, Chris Marquez. Now I like my young keeper, but I think at 16, I think we're just asking a bit much for him. So I've signed a goalkeeper. He's not played for us yet. He's quite a new signing, but he's been at Forest and Stoke and so on. So he's been at good academies. The Aussie, he's Australian. G'day, mate. G'day, Chris. But yeah, he's alright. Handling 13. You've got to remember, when you're at this level, you're not going to get all around stats because they'd be higher up the league, wouldn't they? At this level, you've got to look at the specific key 1, 2, maybe 3 attributes for their specific position. So when a guy's got 13 handling, 13 aerial reach, and 13 reflexes, he's basically David De Gea of the non-league. Next up, I've bought a left-sided player. You can play at left back, you can play at left wing. It's pretty quick. Can cross a ball, can take a corner, can dribble. I like this kid. Christian Hill, 21-year-old English lad, came from Burnley. So he's come from the Premier League. So he's been at a great academy. And last but not least, I've bought Ben Drennan, another English lad, 21 years old, and another central midfielder, another decent central midfielder. Now, I have made the save file available. It is now available down below. I've not made any of the graphics yet available. I will put them out there at some point, like the club kits and the team logo. But if you have a go to save file, let me know. Tell me how it's going in the comments. Share your story with me on Twitter. You'll find the Twitter link down below. You can email me. I like hearing other people's stories. Now, this is my squad, and I'll be honest with you, I've been quite busy, so I've been clicking through, doing things. I didn't realise that Chris Marquez didn't get his work permit. I can't apply for a work permit for 103 days. Chris, mate. So, Chris, you shall be going to the under 23s. So we will be having a 16-year-old goalkeeper, but to be fair, I'm alright with that. So here we are with my pre-season. We had one, it was average, I think it was about 3 games. I scrapped them all, and I picked my own teams. We played a couple of team I think we played 2 teams with a smaller rep, 1 team with the same rep, and 2 teams, I think the last 2 teams, we panned, which means we battered them, which means we scored lots of goals against them. I think they're better than us. I think they were. Anyway, the first game was against Flint Town. You'll see we won 4-0. Now, I haven't rotated. I pretty much try to pick the best team every game to get them fit, to get them as fit as I can and ready for the league. I know I took a risk, but whatever. Josh Stevens, the kid, striker, scored 2. We were awesome. Then we played Airbus UK, beat them 5-3. So defensively, we weren't great. You know, we've got a kid in net. We've got an actual child in net. 16 years old is a child. But Josh Stevens, 2 goals again. Then we played the Scousers. Dirty Scousers. Unfortunately, it wasn't the real Liverpool. It was a team called AFC Liverpool. But it was good enough. Christian Hill got a couple. Knight got 1. Stevens got 1. Stevens scoring. He's a goal machine. Then we played Bamber Bridge. Beat them 4-0. And guess what? Josh Stevens scored. So did Stuart Knight. Them 2, I told you. Boss. We're going to be awesome. James Ford got a 9. And then we played Connors Key. And we absolutely annihilated them 6-0. You'll see Josh Stevens scored 4 goals. So I know it's only pre-season. Don't get too excited about it. But I'm super confident. Now my tactic, I will get it sorted. And I will put it out there. Now you'll see that formation is very familiar if you know my Manchester Central series. Now what I did was, I wrote everything down when I started FM18 loaded up into my computer. And then I got FM19 out. And obviously there's all these different bits, there's all this stuff in there, right? And I try to copy it as best I can. And then with the new elements, all I ever do, I don't think about it too much. I think about how I want to play. And I just try and pick the things. And it tends to work for me quite often. So this tactic did brilliantly with Manchester United. With Manchester United, right? You know how crap they are in real life. I signed 2 players. I sold Fellaini and Mata. I signed Savic, is it, from Lazio? And Icardi up front, right? Which are good players, don't get me wrong. I'll balance the squad out a bit more. I won the Premier League and the Champions League. The Premier League and the Champions League in the first 2 years with this tactic. Now, I'm not saying this tactic's that good, but I did find it quite easy. So, I'm sticking with it. Now, the training, I'm just going to be honest right now. Right now, I don't want to do it. I don't like it. I've known for freaking years for them to do something good. And then they do too much. And they sometimes I do wonder. When it comes to the training department at Sports Interactive, I think they all smoke weed or something. But they don't give a shit. They're not asked. They must be like the crappiest department in the building. That they've got one fat guy there called Bob, who just don't give a shit. You know what I mean? He eats donuts. He's always watching a bit of big, beautiful women porn on his freaking laptop instead of doing his work. Some of you might like it. I'd like to know what you think about the new training. I personally don't. I'm going to get into it a bit more as the series progresses. But right now, my assistant manager, Jamie, he's doing it all. But like I said, if you do want to be him, try him out. I can make the kits available, the logo available. Kyle Lord's the manager. You might remember Kyle, who was my old assistant. Because in real life, Paul Maguire, who is the chairman, is also the manager. So he's the chairman on here. And Kyle's the manager. Now this shows me, this makes me realise how much Sports Interactive are. We all just believe that they're super great. They've got all these researchers. Everything on Football Manager is real and every detail is perfect. But why is Paul Maguire still head of youth at Macclesfield? Check it out for yourself on your standard database. He hasn't worked for Macclesfield for like 4 years, right? He's the freaking chairman and manager of Manchester Central, but they won't update that. They won't put them in the freaking game, and they've got Paul Maguire doing a job that he doesn't do. So it makes me really think to myself, what else isn't right? Let's get to it, and we are playing South Shields, and they haven't got the real kits. That's going to annoy me. At least it's reminding me to do it. Hopefully by the next episode we'll have real kits in. Right, before we get to the game, this has just popped up from the chairman, Mick Hucknall, and it's our competition's expectations review. So he just wants to avoid relegation. Mick, your favourites to win the freaking league, Mickey. English FA Cup. Now this is something I don't know what's going on. Now I've always, an old games, right, and it's a rule in real life I think, where if your team's brand new, they can't play in the FA Cup for at least 2 years. You've got to be 2 years old before you can enter the FA Cup. And that was always a rule on this game, right? And if you ever created a team yourself and put the exact year in that you were playing in, you had to wait 2 years till you were in the FA Cup. And I expected that to happen this time, because it's always been like that. I always make teams. We founded in 2018. It's 2018. But we're in the FA Cup. I'm not arguing. I'll take it. But, you know, don't know what's going on there. Okay, dokie, pig and a poke. It's the first game away at South Shields, and I can't wait. We are SkySports.com favourite to win. We're hiring a league because our team name begins with a D. But yeah, can't wait. What's the weather like? Drizzle. I love a bit of rain. I love it. Here we are at Mariners Park, South Shields, and my team is super fit. I think it's worked. Luckily, we haven't got any major injuries, and them lads played a lot of games, and them lads are ready to go. So, proper happy. What I'm not happy with is the regen face. Really, I know they've tried to make an effort this year, haven't they? And they've gone a bit more into detail with the regens, but really look at the faces. They're slightly different, but they're pretty much the same. It's like the same guy, but with just different hair. Again, whoever's... Do you know what, right? Bob, the freaking training guy, in his freaking office, I bet the next office is the regen face office. And they just watch porn all day. Don't do anything apart from eat biscuits. Anyway, let's get going. We're in the changing room, and one thing I'm happy about, have you noticed? I always moaned about this last year. The changing room is your colour. So we've got yellow kits. See them? Happy days. Right, team talk. I'm going to be serious here now. I'm going to be assertive, and I expect nothing but a win. Even though away from home, I want to kick off. I want to kick off big time. Right, what does Jamie want to say? He wants to say some words. Right, let's get going. Right, here we go. Here's the lineup. First live com of the series. I tend to lose the first live com in my series, so I'm hoping I can change that trend today. I want to build on a good victory and go forward and really like dominate the league. I think that'd be amazing. But this is a good chance to get to for you to start getting to know some of these players. Look out, my fullbacks are good. Wardy, my right back's a good player. My left back, who I can't say his name. I might change his name to Abu Dhabi because I can say that. He's a good player. This kid up front, Knight, is a cracking player, nearly scores. And so is Josh Stevens, his strike partner. I've got a third striker, another 17-year-old called Dixon, who again is very good, great finisher. Halliwell's a decent player. One of my favourite players is my right winger, Fordy. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for them lads. We'll get to know them, but I think they're going to be the standout players this year. Right, only a few minutes in, not a lot's happening, but this tactic of mine, it seems to be working. It worked with United. It's worked in pre-season, but this is the first proper game, and what a nice bit of football. Christian Hill, my new signing, bags us 1-0. Buzzing with that, absolutely buzzing. I was going to say, yeah, we're away from home, but the home pitch, you'll know yourself if you play this game. You get him. Who's going to score again? Oh my God, nearly. What a save. You get a million options for pitch sizes, don't you? So my theory has been, because they're non-league players, like some of these guys are probably at school, some at college. I think Dixon, one of my players, is a forklift truck driver. So, you know, not super fit. So my idea has been, I've got a pretty wide pitch. It's like a medium width, because I like to play wide. Oh, 1-on-1. How did he miss that? But I've gone for the shortest pitch. I think it's our home pitch at Shirley Hill is 90 metres long. The idea being they'll have to run less. The less they run, the fitter they stay. And we get to the goal from, if we get the ball in defence and we tap. Oh, get in. Josh Stevens. Brilliant pre-season. And he scored another one. My theory has been, we run less, and then when we do get the ball at that in our half, we attack quickly and we get there quickly. That's the theory. I don't know if it'll work. It'll be good to see. But yeah. Also, I might have mentioned, well, in the last episode, you've seen the logo, you've seen the kits. I just want to say, because some people have asked, the Bumblebee, we've nothing to do with the bees. Bees is not our nickname. We don't have a Bumblebee kit. Denton Villa is just yellow and black, the colours of Manchester. The bee is only on the logo to represent us being a Manchester club. Denton is in Manchester. We just haven't got Manchester in the name. Oh, what a strike! But we've got Manchester on the logo. Right, come on, half an hour gone. We've had 9 chances, they've had 3. We've scored 2 good goals. Pretty happy. Hill and Stevens. I'd like Knight to score. I'm also definitely going to bring Dixon on, hopefully at some point, because I didn't show him yet, did I? In the last episode. And he's brilliant. The computer's giving me a regen squad, and it's not giving me like any really good central midfielders. Lacking a bit at goalkeeper. But it's given me 3 great strikers. Now, goals are what you need to win games. So I'll take the strikers, and hopefully we've plugged the gaps elsewhere. My only worry is the keeper, being 16 years old. But Sure we'll be alright. It's half time here at Mariners Park and we're winning 2-0. Got a clean sheet so far, 2 decent goals, and we look like we're in control really. I mean, they've had a touch more possession and 6 chances, but I feel like we've been doing the best. Well, let's have a look at some of our rivals. That's why we're here. Now, some of our rivals, you'll know about Manchester Central, they're our main rival. They're winning 2-0. But some of our other close rivals, towns that are right on us, is Hyde, who are winning 1-0, and Staley Bridge, or Staley Vegas we call them, they're drawing 1-1. They're 2 other teams I really want to beat this year. Assertive at the beginning, put a bit of pressure on it. I'm going to stay calm and just say I'm happy. I'm happy with how it's going, and check it out, check it out. Greens, doing well with this year. I'm happy with that. Abu Dhabi, right, I can't say his name, let's change his name. There we go, Abu Dhabi, legend. Right, hello, welcome back to the office. You didn't expect to see me here, did you? When I'm supposed to be in South Shields playing a football game, no. But I've sneaked back because this is where I'm putting this in. So be quiet. This is where I'm sneaking in the competition to win a copy of FM19. Yeah, don't tell anyone. This is for you guys who actually watch the whole freaking episode. Yeah, right. If you haven't got it yet, you haven't got this beautiful game yet, and you want it, this is your chance to win a copy. Now all you've got to do is email me. You'll find my email down below in the description. Title the email competition. That's it. Yeah. And the question is, right? Don't put it in the comments. You've got to email it me because you don't want to give anyone else the answer. Right. In episode 1, when I'm in the physio room, yeah, what movie is playing on the TV in the background? There you go. You need to tell me what movie is playing on the TV in the background in the physio room in episode 1. There you go. And then you'll be entered in the competition to win Football Manager 2019. Right, we're kicking off the second half here at South Shields. Oh, Stevens, bit eager there, wasn't he? Halliwell to Atkinson. Atkinson's playing a bit out of position, really. He's more of a defensive midfielder, but he's going to have to do a job. He's going to have to do a job there. He should be all right. Here's Fordy to Wardy. Oh, Halliwell brings it down brilliantly. Charge forward. Finds Hill, scorer of the first goal. He lays it off to Knight, and Knight gets his goal. I wanted him to score, but has that been disallowed? You absolute toss-pea. Absolutely gutted for him. He's probably the most tired player on the pitch and all. At this minute in time, Knight's probably going to come off for Dixon. But yeah, there's Stevens. Finds Halliwell, edge of box. Have a shot, Halliwell. Oh! Oh! The Denton Army are going mental. Check them out behind the goal. Come on. If you're wondering what I meant by Denton Army, when I used to go on holiday with my mates, we used to always chant, Denton Army, Denton Army. And that's what you guys are. You are the Denton Army. The Denton faithful. We're all part of the Denton Army. Right, here's Stevens. Can we absolutely pan these guys? They're not one of the best teams in the league. I probably wouldn't have normally played them, but it was just the first game of the season. I like to do that. Come on, boys. Going forward, I want to play teams that mean something. I definitely know the 2 teams we're playing next. You'll see that at the end of this game. Over the next 2 episodes, anyway. Big derbies, and obviously teams at the top of the league. That's what I want. And weirdly, FA Cup games. I still don't get why we're in the FA Cup, but we are. But yeah, I'm excited for this season. Also, make sure you enter them competitions. Here's Knight. You got to be in it to win it, and Knight has got his goal. Yeah, obviously, the competition is to win one of the Denton Villa home shirts. I've got my own home shirt. I'll probably wear it at some point. They're absolutely brilliant. At some point, I will be making available to buy tracksuits. I've got to get my nephew one. My friend's dad wants one. A couple of lads already bought the cone kits. If you want one, if I get enough orders in, I'll order them. I'm making no money out of it. The cost of the shirt, the cost of the print, and the cost of the postage and packaging to you is all I'd charge. I don't care about making money. I'm not bothered about that. I just want to try and get as many people out there wearing Denton shirts. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities to win one at the beginning now, and maybe at the beginning of next season. But if you want to buy one, let me know. Email me. Email's down below in the description. We're making a change, and I'm bringing Dixon on. Now, like I said in the last episode, I only showed you my so-called best 11, didn't I? So I showed you Stevens and Knight. Check out Dixon. Not bad, is he? Tell you, he's not bad. £110 a week, finishing 14. Got a bit of speed about him. He's off the ball, and his composure are appalling. But when he's got finishing a 14 and he can run fast in the non-league and he's 17 years old, I'll take that all day. Denton Army, Denton Army. You'll notice my tactic plays positively. That's a new thing, isn't it? I don't remember that being in there last year. I like the idea of playing positive football. Don't want to go all out attacking. I don't want to play normal. I just want to play positively. I think that's one of my favourite additions, I think. It's working really well. We've got 5 minutes to go. We've dominated in chances. Possession's been pretty even. We've been dirty though, twice as many fouls as them. No bookings though, surprisingly, which is, you know, a good thing. There you go. It's full time. We won 4-0. 4 different goal scorers, which is brilliant. Knight, Halliwell, Stevens, and Hill. Super impressed. Like, super impressed with that. But if you know me, you'll know what I'm going to do. If you're new to my channel, whenever I do really well, I always personally, I don't know what you guys do, got passionate and just say I'm very happy. Loads of greens. I think that's been a great day at the office. Here we are with the Northern Premier League, and we are top of it. Let's try and stay there, eh? That is the plan. I want to boss this division. I do. Where's Manchester Central? They're up there. Stalybridge won their game. So did Hyde. So all our rivals are still with us after 1 game. Happy days. Episode 4. I'm going to play about 7 games off camera. I'm going to come back and we're going to play Nickel over Sports. Mainly because it's spaced out well. But the main reason is because one of my favourite people, one of my best friends in the community, that guy JC, has got a series called the Nickel Over Mission. It's brilliant. He's a great creator. Check him out. Funny guy. I'll be putting links and I'll be plugging in like anything. He's actually one of my coaches. He's my fitness coach in this game. So yeah, that's it. That's why we're playing Nickel Over. Big game there. But then, I know episode 5, might as well tell you now, it's going to be Derby Day. We'll play Manchester Central at home in episode 5. So that is the end of episode 3. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you're still here, make sure you enter all the competitions, even the sneaky one. Hopefully you do. Good luck to everyone who does enter. I'll do a little special one-off episode where I just do all the competition draws at some point in the future. And don't forget, like I mentioned earlier, when we do have the youth intake, every year we have a youth intake. I'm going to do a competition where you, for free, no expenses paid, can win and pick one of those regens to be named after you. So you could be in the game as a player throughout the entire series. I think that'd be a lot of fun for you, a lot of fun for me as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the like button. It really does help me. Drop me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know anything. Just have a chat with me down below. It helps the channel, but also I like having a chat. I like getting to know you guys. And yeah, I think we're doing well. I think we're gonna boss this league. I know it's only 1 game, but I kind of know this game, and I think it's all about getting out of this league and then seeing where we can go from there. I'm super excited. I'm super excited. Hopefully you are too, and hopefully you'll come back for episode 4 when we face Nickel Over. Can't wait for that. Right then, thank you very much. I love you long time, and I'll see you for the next one.